So first of all, thank you so much for joining the session today, everyone. So hope you have a good day, and also to we're very excited, same as you, about temporary public policy by the government. So now today, we are inviting our counselor, Karan, who is also the regulated Canadian immigration consultant at IDP Canada office, to give you an interpretation and understanding of this time-limited permanent residency program. So what does it mean for you as international students? So please note, so this session is really targeted to answer the questions for international students. So if you have already been on a work permit or you're already working, you may be qualified for the different stream for international workers. But then the session is really targeted on the students. So that's something that we need to be aware of. And as I said, please send me questions privately in the chat box, and we will have around 40 minutes to answer all of the questions. So that's it. So let's get started. So Karen, can you move to the next slide, please? So, just to let everybody know that IDP, what is IDP? So very quickly, IDP is a leading student placements service provider in the world. So we are also the co-owner of IELTS. Most of you have already know. So we're operating IELTS in Canada and in the world. And at the same time, we offer the student counseling services, meaning that we help students to apply different programs, high schools, college, universities in Canada. The beauty of our service is we do not charge anything. We offer free of charge service, and also from A to Z. So we help you to ease the stress of every step of the application. So this is basically what we do. Next one, please. So and also I'm proud to introduce our team to you today. So this is basically our team that we have 5 counselors, and me in the end, I'm the business unit manager, and Karan in the middle is the one who is going to present the webinar to us today, including the interpretation of the policy. So you can see Karan is the education counselor, and also he's an experienced RCIC, regulated Canadian immigration consultant. So I'll give the floor to Karan for the next 60 minutes. So he will take you through, to the entire policy for international students. Thank you, Karan.
Thanks, Amy. Hello, everyone. So just Amy introduced me already, so I'll introduce myself again a little bit. I'm also an education counselor in RCIC I'm working with IDP as a counselor. So today we have streamlined few questions and also decoding some of the key points about the policy today. So I'll start with some questions here, which you also as a student might have in your doubts. So here you see, like, I've heard a lot of these questions from our students recently. So it's like, I'm currently a student and thinking about withdrawing the program. Is this the right thing to do now? Is there still a value to study a second program in Canada? Should I apply for PGWP now after my 1-year program in Canada? Should I book an IELTS test now, which is the most popular question? What additional things that I can do to be more competitive for the new opportunity? So through this webinar, first I'll discuss all the policies, basically specifically stressing on international graduates today. And then we'll answer these questions and then take your questions. So as you know, for the international policies, these are the conditions. This is just a screenshot to let you guys know that what the policies were, and we will provide you the links in the end so that you can go directly and see in details what these policies are. This is just the screenshot from the temporary policy for international graduates about the conditions for recent graduates. So, and if you would have any questions, please keep sending them directly to Amy through the webinar so that we can answer your questions, for which we have kept 40 minutes of time, as Amy already mentioned. So here are a few key points of the new policy. So this policy came out for international workers and international graduates as well. So first, let's quickly cover up international worker policy. It's for both English and French speaking people. And there is a cap of 50,000 on that. So 20,000 of students will be in essential in healthcare, and 30,000 workers for essential in any other field. So to qualify under this policy for international workers, you must have 1 year of full-time work experience. And if it is not full-time, you can accumulate your part-time work experience up to 1560 hours. And you must be in Canada, and you must have worked in Canada for that period of time. So 1 year means in the previous last 3 years, you should have this experience. So also you must be employed in Canada, and you must meet the conditions as per the definition of worker under subsection 73(2). English or French proficiency is required. For international workers, it's a CLB4, which comes out to be overall IELTS 4 bands. And if you're doing CELPIP, it's 4 in each module. And you must be physically present at the time of application and approval. So this means you must be in Canada when you apply for this application. And if you get approved, same thing, you should be in Canada. Now let's go to the main topic for international graduates, the students who are in Canada, who are thinking to apply for this. So you should be graduated after January 2017. And trades education requires no length of education, but you still have to meet other requirements of the policy, which is must have authorized to work in Canada, be employed in Canada, must be not self-employed, English proficiency, and physical things in that. So for trades, they have they have selected a few major groups for which you can qualify. And for non-trade educations, like most of our students who select programs, they do not select trade programs. A lot of students in Canada, they study in different programs. So for those kind of students, you must have 16 months of study equivalent to 2 years of credential. So for example, if you came as a postgraduate student, you need to have completed 2 programs. If your first program is 8 months, it gives you 1 year of certificate. Then you have to complete a second program of 8 months again in order to qualify for this policy. And if you are coming as a high school student, you must have gone through a diploma, a 2-year diploma, which you must have finished in 16 months or longer. But this is the basic requirement to qualify under this policy for international graduates. And the quota for international graduates is only 40,000. So which means if from January 2017, there are a lot of students who came to Canada who are waiting to apply under this policy. So the policy only allows 40,000 students. So be mindful in that sense that starting May 6th, you can only qualify if you meet all these requirements. So authorized to work, valid PGWP, or applied for it. What I mean by that is, if you are graduating in April this month, and you get a graduation certificate on April 27th, and then you're thinking to apply for PGWP, you can apply for PGWP first and meet all these other requirements, and then you can still qualify under this policy. And you must be employed in Canada at the time of application. So under this, they haven't specified what kind of job you should have, but you can either work full-time or you can be on a part-time job as well. But you must have a job and you must be working in Canada at the time of the application. You cannot be self-employed, like some people are self-employed so unless you are working as a medical doctor, which is because of it's an essential thing these days, and you cannot be self-employed to qualify under this. So be mindful of that as well. And for English and French proficiency under this international graduate category, it is CLB5, which is IELTS overall 5 bands. In reading, you can still have 4.5. In other modules, you should have 5 in each. And for CELPIP, it's 5 in each. You have to score 5 in each if you're giving CELPIP exam. And again, the same thing, you must be physically present at the time of the application and at the time of the approval as well. So for the trades category, there are a few these things. If you have studied in Canada and met all the requirements, you must be under one of these major groups to qualify under this policy. So which is like industrial, electrical, construction, maintenance, equipment operations, supervisor, technical occupations, processing, manufacturing, chefs and cooks, butchers and bakers. So again, when we'll share the links with you, they have all detailed designations under that, where you can find if you meet one of those, you can still qualify for this policy. For this particular trade thing, you do not need to have a specific length of study. Any length of study will qualify under this. Then coming to the next slide, now I'll answer these questions, which we just mentioned in the beginning. So if you are currently a student and thinking about withdrawing the program, is this the right thing to do? So I would say not really, because if you are in your first program and you think you can qualify under this policy, it's not true. Some students can come to us saying that I'm in my second program and I have completed certain working in essential and I want to apply. But again, if you are as international graduate, if your work is not related to trades, then you must complete your 2 years of study, right? So please think before withdrawing and make sure that also you have to be in mind that if you come to the second question, is there still a value to study a second program? Definitely yes, because this is a limited seat for the new policy. Only 40,000 people can qualify under this policy. So, but good thing about Canada is they have many other streams like CEC, PNP, different provinces have their program, skilled worker category, and CRS score is going down day by day. So be mindful of that study is the main value for you because it grants you 3 years of work after once you complete your 2-year program. And PGWP most essentially is once in a lifetime opportunity. So rushing by thinking that this policy is the thing, it's very lucrative to see this policy, but if you apply PGWP now, you will never get a chance to apply it again. So if you completed 1 year of program and your PGWP will be just 1 year, then this might affect you if you are trying to apply for PR under different other streams. So please be mindful that you should not take any steps which can affect your future in Canada. So another question which is very popular, should I apply for PGWP now after completing my 1-year program in Canada? Not really, because only if you are completing a trades program which is directing you and you're working in one of the trade fields, which is a very limited kind of people who do that. So that's why I would not recommend you to apply PGWP after completing your 1-year program. So just go ahead and complete your second program if you are into your first program in order to qualify for other streams as I mentioned before. Should I book an IELTS test now? Yes, if you can. Our website initially for the first couple of days when this policy came out was a little down. Now our website is up and running again because there was millions of people applying at the same time. So now it's up and running. So what you can do is you can go on our website, you can Google IDP IELTS and book your test. Right now, what we have heard from our IELTS department is that there are a few spots for June and July still available in different cities. You just have to be a little patient while you book because it might take up to 30 to 40 minutes for you to complete the process, but please be patient and you can book IELTS right now. And if in case this temporary policy comes back again in the future, which is highly likely looking at the coronavirus scenarios, you should still have a valid IELTS, right? So if you are giving in June and July, so that can also give you a head start to qualify under this policy. And also, if not this policy, then if you qualify under different other streams, IELTS is still valid for 2 years. So it's a good time to book your IELTS and be prepared ahead of time for yourself. What additional things that I can do to qualify? So again, I'll stress on the same points, like get your IELTS journal done, make sure you have completed 2 years of study, and make sure you're in Canada and employed. Try to find a good job for yourself, maybe go for a knock B or O. And if you're working in another jobs, also you can qualify under this policy if it comes again in the future. So these are the key points which we feel we should communicate to our students in order to bring them more clarities. And we'll be open to take questions afterwards, as many as we can within 1 hour. So if you are still interested in May intake and you're graduating in your first program in April, and you still see value in this program and you want to apply for second program in May, we still have certain colleges open with some seats. So you can contact us anytime through our website, and we'll, in the last slide, I'll show you the phone numbers and email address, and also our website where you can go and register with us, and one of our counselors will be happy to help you, to assist you with applications. So right now, Humber, Canadore, Georgetown, Fanshawe, Loyalist, even Mississauga campus, Canadore, Brampton, Brampton, Mississauga and Scarborough campuses are still open. Conestoga is open. Algonquin is also open right now for certain programs for May intake. And of course, September and January is also accepting applications for most of the colleges in Ontario and throughout Canada. So we can help you with admission throughout Canada. So please be mindful of that. And if you are looking to apply, please contact us as soon as possible. So these are the links to the policies. I'll share them in the chat for you so that you can have a detailed look at each of the policy and make wise decisions for yourself. Okay, so I will just quickly send these policies in the chat box so that you can have a review of that. And now we can open the stage for questions. Thank you, Amy.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Kran. So I have already received quite a bit of questions in the chat box to myself. So one thing that I really need to clarify for all of you today is this webinar is not really for the students who are already working or on work permit. This is specifically for students who are having the study permit currently and still are international students, because we would like to provide some clarity for the students. So that's why basically a lot of questions, if it related to the work, if you have on a work permit, etc., how can we apply? So I'm not sure that if we can help you with this today, but I do find quite a few students are asking that here's a good one that from Raj, because a lot of other students are asking the same. So what do you think of the chance of international students getting that seat if we submit the profile in June, like 1 month after that, because we don't have IELTS and we don't have sufficient, other sufficient documents to be eligible? What do you think that we should do?
It's a very good question, Amy. So what you can do is just ride on your luck right now, because you never know, because we've been listening that more than 500,000 people have registered for IELTS recently. And as you see that international graduates who graduated from January 2017 also qualify under this policy. So there are a lot of people who got their PGWP before you guys, and they must be applying under this policy also. So right now, there is not much clarity from IRCC that if they're going to open another policy or not. But for now, if first come first serve basis, excuse me, is the thing which IRCC said would happen. So whosoever will apply sooner, and as soon as 40,000 seats are full, they'll close the pool again. So they have opened the pool from May 6th to November 5th, but they'll close as soon as they reach the cap of 40,000 applications for international students. So if you give your IELTS in June, answering to your question, then if this temporary policy comes back again in future, then you might have a chance. But right now, looking at things, number of applicants, I would say, like, my guess is just my outside guess that it can fill within a couple of days, because there will be a lot of people applying. So value of giving IELTS in June is still there in regards to other policies, which is like other streams, which is already running and will keep running. And CRS score is going down for CEC, Canadian Experience class. So this will just prepare you ahead if this temporary policy comes back again.
Yeah, thanks, Karan. I think adding to a point, for a lot of students, who are anxiously waiting for clarity on the specific requirement. So let's give the government a few days, because everything that we're seeing now and we're actually using reference today is all the public available information from the website, from the government website. So there has been a lot of speculations as to details of instructions. So we haven't received anything yet. That's the thing. And also, in order to qualify for that, you will also need to meet other qualifications other than IELTS and graduate, etc. So as Karan mentioned, the length of your program and then the type of your program, let's say it's a trades, non-trades. So there are different details, a lot of details to consider when you apply for that. Plus that you have to compete with a lot of people. So that's the current situation now. Okay, so I have another question from Avesh, because this is also a repeated question from many students today. Can I apply if I'm waiting to hear back on my decision on postgraduate work permit? I already have a job offer.
Yes, answer to this question is yes, because they want only IRCC want to see if you are eligible to work. So once you apply for your PGWP, you have rights to work in Canada as a postgraduate student. So in that scenario, you can apply as long as your study permit is valid or you are on an implied status waiting for your PGWP, you can apply. Make sure you meet all other requirements though.
Yes, I think again that you will need to meet other requirements first of all, then considering other PGWP thing or other type employment, etc. Then yeah, so I think basically means that and after you applied for it, then you have the legal right to work in Canada. So that's basically the key point. If you meet other qualifications, then yes, for sure you can. Right. I think there's another one. Let me just take. Yes, yeah. Students asking about any other news about how we can apply and what are documents required. So unfortunately, I don't think there's any update. Karan, is that right?
How to apply, there's no update, but one thing is for sure you have to apply online, and they will open the portal and first create your GCK account, and then you can apply through that. Documents, what I believe would be required at the time of application is just basic documents, which is like your completion letter, final transcripts, a copy of your passport, your valid work permit, or the submission of your work permit, or you have valid study permit and you have applied for work permit kind of thing. Job offer letter for sure, and IELTS, basically IELTS general test report. So these are the things you should have it ready. When it comes to other things like police verification or other things, there's no clarity on that yet. So these are the basic documents which would be required, but I hope they will give some more clarity within coming 2 weeks. You can keep checking canada.ca website under this public policy, and there must be more details coming soon.
Yeah, regarding those details, Raj continued to ask another question, is if there's any information on the type of employment and the kinds of employment that students need to be in. For example, is it has to be trades, or it has to be, any other given field that international students need to be employed?
If you are applying under international student graduate stream, there is no limitation on what kind of job you have. You can have any kind of job, and it's just what they want to see is you must be employed in Canada at the time of the application. So on your job offer, you should have a job offer, and you might show some recent pay stubs. stating that you've been working under this job. And that's all what we know as of now. Maybe more clarity will come near to the intake, as I said before, near to the opening of this pool.
Yes, I think so. Yeah, this is the clarity that we have been waiting to. So regarding the international students, what would be the requirements for the employment? So it looks like to us, as of today, there's no clarity regarding that. The type of employment, part-time, full-time, looks like both part-time and full-time are eligible, right? And also there's no specific mentioning about the fields that you need to be employed. Trades, non-trades, seems like everything could be counted for international students. So please note this is different from the other stream for international workers. We are talking about everything about international students, that stream, the 40,000 quota. Okay, let me see. So we have got another question. So a student completed the master degree and currently in the PhD program, but in between and he has some working experience in Canada. Do you think that he's still eligible for that for the stream current new policy?
If you are studying, then you're not employed, right? It's two things: either you are a student or you are a worker, right? So you must be meeting the requirements of a worker. So if you are a student, PhD student right now, they have mentioned that master's degree holders can apply, but then again, they must have rights to work. So having rights to work is either you have completed your studies or you are on a work permit already. So I think this is something which is in the air. Either you can withdraw from your PhD. Where is your master degree is my question. So if your master degree is from Canada, then you can apply for PGWP and apply under this program. If your master degree is not from Canada and you're doing PhD here, so you should complete your PhD to qualify under this policy.
Yeah, I think the key thing to understand here is either you are currently a student, you are either a you're a graduate, or you are a working already. So if you have some working experience in between, but still you are a student, right? So that you should not be qualified for this new policy. So that's why. So yeah, that's unfortunately true. I read news as well. A very similar situation with one student, in the PhD program, had some working experience before, etc. So then, unfortunately, those type of students are not able to be eligible for that. Here's another question. Oh, it looks like there's an IDP student. So a student is asking, just enrolled myself with the help of IDP for a May program, the coming May program. Should I wait? Because I'm a new student and my study will just get started.
What do you mean you should wait? Like if you are registered for May and your study is just starting, you should go ahead and complete your 2 years of study. If it is your first program, complete your first program, then apply for second program through us again, and then complete your study first, because other streams will keep running. You won't qualify under this stream until you are international graduate. Yeah.
Exactly that. Yeah, I would say so. So for anybody who have already, getting started, I would say getting started or like heading to start their program, I don't think it will be wise for you to withdraw your program like right now. So for one thing, you have to meet all the other qualifications at the same time. So meaning that you have to graduate, you have to meet, 1 and 2 years of education in Canada if you haven't done so, and if you are not in the trades program. So basically, if you're in a trades program, there's no length required. But if you're in a non-trades program, it has to be 2-year program education in Canada. So there's a lot of things to be met, and plus then you are competing with the 4-year international graduates in Canada, previous 4 years. So I wouldn't say that would be wise to withdraw the program now. Yes, let me see. Another question, what does the intake cap mean under the temporary policy for international students? As stated, no cap will be applied to the public policy. I guess that's something related to the 40,000 quarter cap, Karan?
Yeah, so intake cap, by that they mean like there is no time limit. Sorry, there is a time limit of 4 or 5 months, like from May to November to apply. But intake cap, they have limited spots for this application. So they have only 40,000. The first 40,000 applications which will be submitted and approved will only qualify, and then this pool will automatically close. So once the 40,000 applications is reached, they will close this. So that's how the cap is. So the on the other side, they have said, maybe you're contradicting with the other side, because they have 50,000 seats on the international worker side, where 20,000 is for healthcare workers and 30,000 is for other essential workers. So what they have said in that is, if you couldn't qualify under the health, you can still apply under the other essential things, because you can mix and match, but the cap is still there. So cap is 20 for health and 30 for other essential works, and then 40,000 for international graduates.
Right, thanks. I think I also received quite a lot of questions regarding IELTS. I think I can just provide an update here. So we acknowledge that has been, so many traffic to our website, and it has been crashed down many times in the past few days. So the system is actually back to normal slowly. So I heard from students they have already secured some seats in April and May. So my suggestion, like overall suggestion, would be go back and check the website regularly, because there is a possibility that you can still get a seat, but like nobody's guaranteed for that. But still, we're trying our best to release as many seats as possible. But given the current lockdown situation and the capacity on the test venues, we are able to do that slowly, not like in overnight. We're increasing like 10,000 more seats. That's not even possible. So definitely go back and check the portal. And this is the website itself is the only official channel to get yourself a seat. So that's, and the regular price is the same as before. So we are, as a co-owner of IELTS, we're not doing anything of price gouging or anything like that. So that's something that we should let you know. So go to the website and check regularly as we release the seats slowly.
I have a direct question, Amy.
Sure,
Leo sent me a question, and he's asking if VEST education assessment report is required for your application. Right now, they haven't mentioned anything like that. If you meet other requirements as an international graduate, you don't require to submit VEST right now.
Yeah.
You have any other questions?
The other students I was asking if, because his academic IELTS has not expired, so is it possible for him to do the academic IELTS? I don't think so. I think this is the immigration, like overall, you need to submit the general test.
Yes, so once a student apply for express entry or other pool, they must submit general IELTS. So we are just estimating that this would be stating same, but they just say CLB here. So there's no further clarity, but I would recommend to give general IELTS rather than using your academic IELTS, because academic is for study purpose, solely for study purpose. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, I just received so many IELTS questions, and unfortunately, I don't think there's a way for us to tell you like which dates that you can book an IELTS, and unfortunately, there's definitely not within the knowledge of our team. As I said, you should always go back and check the website, and as this is the only official channel to get your test date. So that's unfortunately the thing.
I have shared just now the link where you can go and book your IELTS, and you have any sort of, if you need materials IELTS and everything you should find on this link I have shared with everyone right now. Any other questions, Amy, on your end?
Yeah, I think that's pretty much all the relevant questions. I do see students asking a very kind of personal and customer questions regarding their own situation. So unfortunately, I don't think that we're able to provide you such guidance today. So like I said earlier, so this webinar is really to provide clarity for the students, international students who are considering, applying for the policy, or are they even qualified for the policy? So we would like to give them clarity based on the current information available from the government website. And also for those who are considering withdrawing the program and rush into applying PGWP, is it right thing to do? So we definitely would like to provide information. And I do see one student was asking what if the first 40,000 submitted are not approved? What do you think would happen? Do you think it will be just closed? And do you think that it will be released, the balance to the other students to apply, to eligible students to apply?
Yeah, if logically we think, then as they have mentioned, 40,000 applications approved. So if somebody is not approved, then the seats will still remain and you can still apply. And but I think they should release the other seats if it is open. But again, how and when there is no clarity from IRCC. We can just read between the lines and give vague answers, but I don't want to give any vague answers here. So the thing is, you can try your luck and be prepared, as we said, for the normal streams by completing your 2 year of study and getting a 3-year work permit after, because that's the way which will sustain. This is just a temporary policy amidst COVID. And once COVID is lifted, these temporary policies will go away, and you will be just qualifying under the regular policies. So just prepare yourself for regular policies. Also, do not take like any other steps like withdrawing from your study and applying for PGWP and thinking that you can qualify. That's not the right thing to do, because you can jeopardize your future then. So just be mindful, complete your 2 year of study, which you came to Canada at first for, because that will always give you a higher chance to become a permanent resident in Canada.
Right. I think Karen made a very good point. So remember, this is a temporary policy because of COVID, and also there are regular streams throughout the year that's been running for a long time. So then you should really get yourself prepared either in this way or that way. And please do not jeopardize your future by thinking that you will be absolutely qualified for this, and by withdrawing your program and by withdrawing, by jeopardizing your other opportunities. So I think that's kind of the logic behind this. Can we submit the application and update IELTS test result after, like later? I think the government released a detail yesterday, I think regarding the IELTS, that it looks like to me it has to be, you have to provide the result at the time of application.
Yes, you should have the results at the time of application, correct?
Yes, yeah. They have released that just yesterday, regarding details of IELTS or CPELP, any type of recognized test, you will have to provide a result. Okay. Yeah, I think that's pretty much. Let me see if there's any new.
I do not have more questions.
Yeah.
Any guesses how quickly we already answered this question? 40K cap will be filled up.
Sure. Karen, would you mind going to the last slide?
Sure.
Going.
So yes, so this is our contact information here. So just idp.com Canada, you can register for one-on-one free counseling with one of us regarding your student admission. And we are on Instagram. Please follow us there and for recent updates and everything. And this is the phone number which is active Monday to Friday, 9 to 5. And you can always WhatsApp us outside those hours on the below number there. And we'll get back to you within 24 hours. And yes, if you have any questions, you can also email us idpcanada@idp.com. And also on Instagram, if you follow us, we'll be putting new events and everything over social media. So that's a good way to be updated what we are coming up with. We always do some events once in a month and offshore online events virtually to help our students here in Canada. Anything you want to add, Amy?
Right. So the primary, as you know already, that IDP has two departments. One is IELTS, one is students placement, meaning that we provide counseling to help students to apply programs in Canada. So if you have those questions related to schools programs in Canada, please feel free to reach out here. But if you have other questions related to IELTS, and you can go to the IELTS website directly. So that's something, that we'll do as always. So yeah, if you don't have any other questions, I guess that'll be.
I have a question, last question from Leo.
Sure.
Leo is asking, is immigration consulting free or paid with IDP? We do not do immigration consulting here. Leo, we just do education consulting, like education counseling for students who want to apply to colleges and universities who are within Canada and looking for admissions to colleges and universities. We counsel them with the best possible options for them and help them get an admission and then apply for their study permit extensions if needed. And all this service is free. And our service is free because we are partners with 90+ colleges and universities, and we provide them students, and that's why we value our customers as students and provide them free service because of that. Yeah.
If you want to connect with us, you can go to the website. So one student is asking you to go back to the team page, the team.
Sure.
Yeah, there will be, we have 5 counselors on a team that feel free to connect them directly. So there's direct line,
yes.
The cell phone number, and then there are, here's Karan and Alex, Sam, Yuming, Ranjita, and myself. And you can always call our numbers for education advice. And then feel free to call us or email us anytime that you need help for education advice.
And we speak different languages. Me, myself here speak English, Hindi, and Punjabi. Ranjita speaks Tamil, Kannada, and she's also speaking Hindi. And Yumin speaks Korean. Sam and Alex and Amy can also speak Cantonese. And what else?
Mandarin.
Mandarin, yes. English, of course, we all speak.
Yes. So, but if you do have other language, need other language assistance, we have, other team members can speak Spanish, Arabic, and French too. So we do have a very diverse team, like a broader team. We have a very diverse team. So if you have any other, questions regarding education, please let us know. We're here to help you. And we also have a very wonderful referral program. So if you refer a student to us, we will give you a gift card of $20 of Amazon gift card. We have promoting this refer a friend campaign for a long time. So if you are interested, or if you feel like there is a student, there is a friend that may need our help, and please feel free to reach out, and we will offer you the gift card as a kind of treat.
And more students you refer get more gift cards. So it's there's no cap of referring only one student. You can refer 5 students and avail the worth of $100 of gift card.
Exactly.
So,
yeah. I think this is. If you don't have, do you have any more questions, guys?
Anybody with student-related questions?
Did you have another question, Karen, from your side?
No, nothing is on my end anymore.
Okay, so if that's it, so thank you everybody for your time, and also I wish best luck for you to get a seat for IELTS first of all, and to be able to qualify for that policy on May 6th. So good luck to everybody, and thank you. Have a good day and keep safe.
Yeah, take care. Stay safe.
Take care.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.